Forget the unemployment benefits, just send a single stimulus check, $600 to each American. Is that a good idea?
It's a bad idea, and I hope he reevaluates that statement, because basically, if you're sending a stimulus check of $600 or whatever it may be, it was $1,200 before, you're sending it to people that still have a paycheck and still have a job. If you send a check to an unemployed person, you're sending a person who has no lifeline. It's done at the end of this month. They've got nothing.
But the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, Ssdi and Ssdi. So you may qualify for at least 2 more monthly stimulus checks, everybody. We got a ton of good news about this. The lawmakers are urging that eligible Americans check the status of the new inflation relief payments, as several batches of stimulus payments can go out by the end of the year. 19 states are sending or already have payments to send to residents. The most Alaska residents already receive an annual payment from the state's permanent fund dividend program. But this year they also got an extra $650 in energy relief checks. The permanent fund dividend surged this year from $1,200 to $3,200. The increase is due in part to rising oil costs. The funds for the dividend come from the investments made from a portion of state and oil revenues. But now, nearly 19 million people will not receive the full benefits of $2,000 stimulus checks this year because their parents earned too little. The Colorado senator has unveiled an effort to help the Republican leaders and Democrats get along and send out a lump sum of stimulus checks. Now, Bennett, alongside with Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio, Cory Booker of New Jersey, hope to convince the GOP lawmakers to support the inclusion of the provision in a spending bill by trying to ditch the corporate tax breaks that Republicans and businesses support. This last-ditch effort faced several challenges, and at least 10 Republican senators would have had to sign up for the measure or pass the bill in the chamber. And that's assuming he had the support of Democratic Senator Manchin, who had torpedoed last year's bill as an extension of the expanded child tax credit came a long time. The failure to include the enhancement in the spending bill effectively ends in its passages of a near-near future. Republicans that don't support increasing the child's credit refundability are set to take control of the House in January. Though the child tax credit has long enjoyed bipartisan support, the lawmakers have been wary of making it fully refundable because they can claim it or discourage the parents from working. More than 36 million families with more than 61 million dependents received monthly payments, which total more than $93 billion. Prior to the expansion, eligible parents received a credit of up to $2,000 for children up to age 17 when they file their taxes. It's what it's in effect for 2022 since the enhancement has expired. Also, food insecurity dropped and families said they could easily afford their household expenses while the payments everybody are being delivered. Also, the Inflation Reduction Act, which stipulates a full $7,500 is for electric vehicles only. But now, the expansion lifted 2.7 million children out of poverty in 2021. It helped drive child poverty down to 46%, and now, consumers in the market for an electric vehicle in early 2023 could get a huge, bigger than expected tax credit come January 1st because of delay by the Treasury Department. In drawing up rules for the tax break, the Treasury Department said today it won't even finish the rules that govern where battery minerals and parts have to be sourced until sometime in March. The Treasury Department said that the rule will not take effect until it completes its guidelines for component requirements in March, which means more vehicles next year could qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. Once the rules are in effect, many vehicles may only qualify for half the credit because their batteries are made from people in North America. The auto industry is also watching the situation closely, but it could rush a deal to most people. So I hope that President Biden does something for the American people and sends out stimulus checks before 2023. Folks, we got a ton of information about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, Ssdi and Ssdi. There's a ton of information that I want you to know, so definitely you don't want to miss out on this video.
Reaction on those inflation numbers?
It's time for this government and all of us to be serious about the economic situation that we're facing, the financial conditions that we have in our country, and the responsibility that we have as lawmakers. This inflation is real. It's harming people. It's 7.5%. That's a tax. And it continues to increase. It's not decreasing. So the feds have to step up to the plate and do something. The administration has to do. We all have to work together right now to get our financial house in order. If not, it's going to be absolutely horrible what it's going to do to the American economy.
And what do you think about just yesterday, Speaker Pelosi doubled down and, well, tripled or quadrupled down, I guess, on Build Back Better would help fight inflation?
This is not a time to be throwing more fuel on the fire. We have inflation, and we have basically an economy that's on fire. you don't throw more fuel on the fire that's already on fire, causing the problems that we have. So we've got to get our house in order. And it's all about the economy, it's about the inflation that we're dealing with, and it's about how do you restrain yourself from continuing to throw more fire, more fuel to the fire.
Senator, on today's hearing, there's some concern that we're going to get more reliant on raw minerals that this country may not have.
From Kentucky Reserves, gentleman from Missouri is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to point out, by doubling the size of the IRS, working people of America, 85,000 more families in the state of Texas will face additional audits. These families who make less than $200,000 because of doubling of the IRS. I would like to yield 1 minute to the gentleman from Texas.
Gentleman from Texas.
Currently includes thousands of dollars in tax breaks and rebates for homeowners to upgrade their homes to be more energy efficient. Households with income below 80% of the area median can claim a rebate for the full cost of their appliance upgrades, up to a $14,000 cap. And households that fall between 80 and 150% of the area median income are eligible for the rebates. And the Rhode Island governor said the Rhode Island Division of Taxation has set up an online portal to give guidance to families in the state to take advantage of the rebate of $250 for up to 3 children. The governor wrote in a Twitter post, "We are working every day to ensure Rhode Islanders get relief now and into the future. Child tax rebates up to $250 per child. And $4 million in property tax credits for seniors. It's going to help many people. It's going to reach many people, everybody, and stimulus checks will definitely help so much." Many Americans are currently eligible to receive up to $10,000 in crisis relief assistance. The Social Security Administration is now working on making big changes to monthly benefits. That includes a monthly benefit increase worth around $200. Social Security benefits can make or break retirement for many older adults. Millions of seniors rely on their monthly benefit checks to pay the bills, and for some retirees, Social Security is their sole source of income. For those living on a fixed income, surging inflation over the past year has made retirement more challenging. Fortunately, seniors could be due for a historic raise in 2023. Nearly every year, seniors on Social Security receive a cost of living adjustment, and this is an annual bump in benefits designed to help their monthly checks maintain their buying power over inflation as it rises over time. Nearly every year, seniors on Social Security will receive a cost of living adjustment. And when inflation is rising faster than average, though retirees can expect large COLAs, in general, an average COLA will fall around 2 to 4% per year. This year, seniors received a whopping 5.9% COLA as inflation began to surge. And in 2023, the raise is almost guaranteed to be even bigger. Nobody knows exactly what the COLA for 2023 will be just yet. The Ssdi has not released the official number until October, but a recent report from the nonprofit advocacy group, the Senior Citizens League, projects that it could fall around 9.6% based on the latest inflation data. The number also assumes that inflation will remain relatively stagnant throughout the rest of the year. If inflation increases, the COLA for 2023 could potentially be as high as 10%. The average retiree collects around $1,700 per month of benefits. If seniors receive a 9.6% COLA in 2023, that will result in a boost of around $160 per month.
Texas is recognized